Hi everyone, it's Annie, and I'm back with another video today. This time I'm doing the Get to Know the Sci-Fi Reader tag. So I love sci-fi, it is my favorite genre, and I really wanted to talk about some of my favorite sci-fi books and authors. So let's get right into it. Question 1. What is your sci-fi origin story? So, my first sci-fi book, it was either A Wrinkle in Time or the Tripod series by John Christopher. I was always interested in sci-fi even as a kid because my dad loved sci-fi TV shows. And I remember my sister introducing me to both of these books. I don't remember which one I read first, but they were definitely part of my sci-fi origin story. Okay, question number 2. If I could be the hero of a sci-fi novel, who would the author be, and what is one trope that I would insist on being in the story? Well, the author would have to be Ann Leckie. She is one of, if not the, favorite author for me of all time. I love all of her books. I've read them all. She is a must-read, must-buy author for me. So she would definitely have to write the book that I'm the hero of. As for a trope, that's kind of hard. Anything with aliens. Aliens, like, does translating an alien language count as a trope? And, like, miscommunication and things like that? I think that's a really cool concept that I love reading about. Question number 3. What's a sci-fi book I've read this year that I want more people to read? Now, this year I was looking at my read list, and I haven't read that many, like, unknown sci-fi books. Most of the ones I've read have been pretty famous, or they just haven't been that good, and I don't want to recommend them. So I'm gonna say The Three-Body Problem. I read the whole trilogy, one after another this year, because I loved this series so much. I can't believe I put off reading it this long. I know it's very popular. Obviously, it's won a ton of awards, and they're very well deserved. So a lot of people know about it, but I still think that more people should read it, even more people. I think maybe some people might be intimidated by the number of books that it has, and I wouldn't say it's hard sci-fi, but there's a lot of science in it. So maybe that's intimidating, and also the fact that it's translated, so maybe some people don't like that, but forget about all of that and just read it, please. Just go read it. Question 4. Okay, what is your favorite sci-fi subgenre, and what are some subgenres that I don't read that much? My favorite sci-fi subgenre is anything to do with aliens. I love aliens and space travel and things like that. So aliens, yes. And I also have noticed that I have been enjoying a lot of novellas lately, like sci-fi novellas. Not exclusively, but I really like shorter books. So novellas, although that's not a genre, but you know what I mean. Subgenres that I don't read that often are alternate histories, superheroes, and steampunk. I'm pretty sure those all count as subgenres of the sci-fi genre. I am really not into any of those things. Question number 5. Who is one of your auto-buy sci-fi authors? I couldn't pick just one, so I have 2. Obviously, one of them is Ann Leckie, who I've been raving about. The other one is Nnedi Okorafor, who wrote the Binti trilogy. Her writing is just absolutely amazing, and her books are so unique, and I love her voice in the sci-fi genre. So yes, I will buy any sci-fi book she writes. Question number 6. How do I typically find sci-fi book recommendations? Typically, Goodreads, my sister, and on YouTube, Booktube. Yeah, and sometimes I look at Tor's website, and other publishers, Tor, Orbit, any other sci-fi publishers out there, occasionally. Question number 7. This is a good one. What is a sci-fi release that you're looking forward to, an upcoming release? I, again, could not pick just one, so I have a few. One of them is Remote Control by Nnedi Okorafor, and it's going to be released in January of 2021. I am so excited for this. I really hope it's good. I'm sure it'll be good. I'm just so excited for it. Another one that I'm really excited for is In the Quick by Kate Hope Day, and it's going to be released in March 2021. And I mean, just look at this cover. It's so beautiful, first of all. There's LGBT themes and female astronauts and space travel, and things are happening, and I am really looking forward to this book. Another book I'm really looking forward to is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, which will be released in May of 2021. It's Andy Weir. I loved The Martian. So I'm really looking forward to this, and I'm sure it's going to be good. And then another book, the last one for this question, is Gearbreakers by Zoe Hana Mikta, which will be released in June of 2021. And it just sounds awesome. I don't really know much about it, but the cover looks great. It just seems like a really cool book and concept, so I'm looking forward to that. Question number 8. What is one misconception about sci-fi that I want to lay to rest? That sci-fi is boring or hard to understand. There are literally so many different types of sci-fi books that you could read. You know, if you don't like aliens as much as I do, just read another kind of sci-fi. Read dystopian novels, read alternate histories, superheroes. Superheroes aren't boring, it's just a matter of taste. So please don't be scared by the science part of science fiction. There are so many books that don't have all that much technobabble. And I mean, technobabble's fun, come on. The point isn't to understand all of the science in these books, because most of the time even the authors don't understand. It's fiction, that's the point. And a lot of it is based in the future, so the science hasn't even come up yet. So yeah, you don't have to be scared. Just read it and enjoy it. Okay, question number 9. If someone has never read sci-fi before and they ask me for 3 recommendations as a good place to start, what would those recommendations be? Well, it really depends on who this person is and what they like. So I picked books that could be for anyone, I think. They're very different from each other, so it really depends on what you like. The first one is Left Hand of Darkness by Ursula K. Le Guin. I love this book. It's one of my favorites of all time. And I guess it would be for a beginner who is looking for a little bit more of a traditional sci-fi book to start with. It's a bit denser than the other ones I'm going to talk about. And it has a lot of politics, and it's just so interesting. So yeah, if they want something a little more traditional and a little denser, then yeah, I would definitely recommend this book. The next one is Ready Player One. I liked this book fine. It's not one of my favorites. It's just not my particular taste. But if someone is really interested in dystopian futures and video games especially, which I am not. I'm not a big video game player. The only video game I like is Animal Crossing. But if they like video games, then I definitely recommend this. And it's very accessible, it's easy to read, really easy to understand. And the last one is The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. It's just such a funny book, a funny series. Again, very accessible, and they're quite short books, so they're easy to read. And I know everyone loves these and everyone recommends them, so I have a bonus recommendation. Infinity Welcomes Careful Drivers, the first book of the Red Dwarf series by Grant Naylor. This book is so funny. It's the inspiration for the Red Dwarf sitcom, the British sitcom. It is just so funny. It's about this garbage ship, like a garbage truck, but it's a garbage ship going through the universe, and it's just so funny. It gets destroyed in this supernova, I believe, or some other disaster. And the only two people left are a really low-ranking guy who's super funny, and of course his comedic foil, a really uptight guy who's just so funny. And it's about their adventures being stuck on this garbage ship in the middle of nowhere in outer space. And it's so funny. I really recommend it if you like comedy sci-fi. And last question, question number 10. Who's the most recent sci-fi content creator who I'd like to give a shout out to? And that would be Books with Bridget. Since I've just joined Booktube, I don't really know many people yet, but I've seen some of her videos and she gives really good sci-fi recommendations, so I'd recommend checking her out. Her link is in the description below. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Get to know the sci-fi reader. I really hope you enjoyed, and if you've read any of these books or if you have any new sci-fi recommendations for me, please let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye!